Hi everyone. Thank you again for joining me here on the Way Shower. My name's Carol, and today I'm going to talk about the groups that are coming together. Um, and they're already starting to meet each other. And anyhow, so let me just go into it. I mentioned these groups, I mentioned it in the last video that I did, and I just had the vision of them um, and what they were supposed to do just a few days ago. So, probably the easiest way for me to do this is just to read to you the notes that I took, and then try to pull it all together for you and explain what it is that I meant. So these groups that are coming together are playing um, the same or extremely similar role as the Dakini, and that's spelled Dakini. So you can do some research online if you want to find out more about that. I'm trying to keep this video short and concise. So their role is very similar to the Dakini's role, and some of them I understood just the other day are being referred to as Dakini. So these groups that are coming together are to, one, raise their personal vibrations and each other's vibrations. So um, it's kind of like you, when people come together in a group, you can build up each other's energy. It becomes your personal energy, and each person's energy in the group becomes stronger. You become more fortified, stronger together. What are some of the sayings that we have here in the States? United we stand, divided we fall. It's kind of in that vein. So when these groups come together, they actually boost their own energy levels and each other's, and they mirror for each other. So you can help each other find and understand better what your special gifts are and why you're here. So manifestation will occur within these groups according to the group's cohesive desires. So let me repeat that. These groups will be manifesting according to the group's cohesive desires. So when they come together, when the groups come together, they will decide, feel, understand within themselves as a group what they are focusing on in order to manifest while they are together in that group. And of course it carries forward after they disband, after they go their separate ways to their homes, etc. So the focus point for manifestation is whatever they desire as a group cohesively. Their heart, mind, body, soul has to be into it. So that's what they'll be doing. That's one of the things that they'll be doing, is manifesting. So the other note that I have here is quote unquote encapsulate. So as I understand it, they will be encapsulating small pockets of area of communities to create safe zones. And it's like coming together, these groups are able to focus their energy together to create like a shield or a safe zone where they and others can reside without experiencing all of the negative effects of things that are going on out in the reality that is now falling into so much chaos. So these small groups are going to be like the protectors of these small communities. There is no negative energy in these groups in the sense of hurting anybody or even standing guard to the point of, like with a gun or a weapon or something like that. This is all, everything that these groups will be doing will be done in the energy of love and the energy of truth and the energy of light. Nothing that these groups do is going to infringe on another person's will, whether within their community or outside of it. Nothing that these groups are going to do are going to create havoc or pain for anybody else in any way, sense, or shape. So one of the main things that I got was that these groups will only be as strong as their weakest link. So I put down, therefore, they must work to empower each other. So when the groups come together, they will focus their energies on each other, they will focus it on themselves and then on each other to build up the group and to build up the energy. And then together, as a group, in unison, they're going to say, ask another person, are you okay? Do you not feel well? Whatever it is that they, as a group, feel is going on with another member of their group that weakens the energy, they will, of course, with the permission of that person in the group, focus their energy on that person, not to manipulate them, nor to manipulate their energy or their understanding or their feelings or anything, but to focus their energy, the divine love, the truth, the light that we all carry within ourselves that becomes more powerful when we come together as a group. They're going to focus that energy on the person who is not feeling well, or whose energy level is low, or who is not sure of their gifts, or who is just learning their gifts. That their energy focuses as love and light and truth on that person so that they can become stronger. And our energy is able to lift them up so that they can find their way and find their path and become stronger and no longer be the weak link, because these groups are only going to be as strong as their weakest link. So it is important that everybody share their love, their truth, their energy to assist each other in becoming stronger and higher and lighter. So the other thing is that these groups will be setting the groundwork for the fifth dimensional frequencies that have been coming in all this year. And a lot of people can feel that, I know that. So what that's meant by setting the groundwork for the fifth dimensional frequencies is that they're going to be working with the higher vibrational energy fields in order to anchor the divine energy that's coming in. And once they anchor, because in order to create with all of that high vibrational energy, and in order to create with it, we have to anchor it here somehow, so that it becomes more concrete, so that it's more stable. And that's another thing that these groups will be doing. They'll be bringing kind of like conduits for this fifth dimensional energy coming through and bringing it down through them into the earth and around them. And their groups work with that fifth dimensional energy to the higher vibrations to anchor it here on earth so that we can all use it to create heaven on earth and peace and our safe communities and the harmony, etc. Once these groups are established, they're going to send forth energy of love to those who are requesting assistance. So And this is kind of like the Dakini, or angels. So once these groups are, what this means is that once the groups are established, they're going to be sending forth the energy of love and truth and light and peace and comfort to any human being that requests it. So the way that I understand it's going to work is that it's we all vibrate at different frequencies. We have a soul sound, which is our original sound from whence we hail, from all of our lifetimes. Or shouldn't say that. All of the lifetimes that we've had after our original soul sound has been heaped on top of that, but we still have an original soul sound. It's kind of like soul families. So anyway, like vibrations, frequencies are the ones that the groups will pick up on. And then those groups will hear those prayer requests for help, for assistance in whatever is going on in this person or people's lives. And they will then come together in a group and focus the positive energy, the love, the light onto these people. Doesn't matter what the distance is, but they'll be focusing this onto the people to help them through whatever it is that they're going through. And of course, only the people who have some iota of faith and belief in divine energy and beings watching over us are going to ask for this assistance. And that's where these groups are going to come into play to help them out. Okay, so there are going to be, I'm not sure exactly how big the groups are going to be, but what I did get a sense of was 5 people in a group. And I'm not saying that it has to be at least 5 or it can't be more than 5. What I'm saying is that what I saw and the sense that I got was that they were groups of 5, and they were four cornerstones and a capstone. So what I saw was kind of like 4 pillars and then a triangle at the top that was like a capstone. And when I looked more into it, when I looked deeper into it to see what was going on with that, what I got from that was a healer, a manifester, a seer, an empath, and a translator. And I think the translator is the capstone, but I'm not positive. And the translators, I mean, we all know what a healer is. We all know what a manifester is. We all know what a seer is. I think we do. Just to get the visions and prophecy, etc. So a seer is the person who gets visions and oftentimes is the one that the prophecies will come through. The empath is the one who feels so deeply all of the energy around them that they feel that connected to everything that they feel. I mean, it feels as if it is them, so they are able to feel the truth in that moment, the heart of the situation. And the translator is the one, as I understand this, the translator is the one that interprets what the group picks up on and the information that comes through, and can even bring in the information because what they hear, see, feel, etc., they're able to translate it and say, oh yeah, I know this sounds like jargon or mumbo jumbo or whatever, but this is what it means. So, I see the translator as being the capstone with being able to bring information down like this and disperse it to the 4 cornerstones, and being able to take information from the 4 cornerstones and send it back up to wherever it's supposed to go. So that's what I see anyhow. So the other thing is that everyone in the group will have all of these abilities to some extent, but each individual within the group will have strength in one of the fields. I mean, each individual is going to be stronger in one area than they are in all the other areas, and that is the role that they will take on in the group. And I don't know, I don't get the sense that, okay, I'm an empath, so this is what I have to do in this group. Or I'm a manifester, so this is what I have to do in this group. The sense that I get is that those 5 abilities come together and they just naturally know what to do. I mean, I don't think it's like everybody has a particular job that they're supposed to do, because I think the way that I see it is that they come together and they bring their energy together and they work on that and make it nice and strong and bright, and then they send it out to wherever it needs to go, to whoever it's supposed to help. And maybe when they reach a person that has asked for assistance in the energetic field, then they feel within themselves, okay, this person needs a manifester. No, this person needs an empath. No, this person needs a healer. And they focus their energies so that the healer can work with this person, so that the empath can work with this person, or maybe the manifester, etc. So that's the kind of the sense that I get. And they're just coming together now. So maybe the reason why I'm not seeing it super, super clearly and concretely is because they're still coming together. Okay. So another note that I have here is that some of your group members are already known to you. You guys already know each other. And the same with me, that others will, and the rest of them will make their way to you before March. So some of the people who are supposed to be in your group are already known to you. At least one is what I'm guessing from what the notes that I have here. And the rest of your group will find each other. You will find each other by March. And the other note that I have down here is to trust yourselves on the whole process. And the reason why I got that was because this is a new endeavor, and it has been done before, but it's been so long ago that we don't, there's not a roadmap on it really. So the process is, it's like we are creating it. So we have to trust ourselves on the process, on who comes into the group, and if they decide to leave, to allow them to leave in love and peace. And we're going to meet once a week, or no, maybe some groups will meet once a week, maybe some groups will feel like they need to meet 2 times a week, some groups may feel like they need to live in a commune, other groups may feel like we can just meet energetically. But the whole point is that however you decide to do it, you decide to do it as a group, and you trust the process, because the process will also create cohesiveness within your group, which is extremely important, because you're only going to be able to manifest as well as your weakest link and the cohesive desire of the group. So I asked where a good place for this to start might be, how to get it going. And the answer that I got was that many of the people that are going to come together in your groups may be unsure of themselves and their gifts. They may be hesitant to talk or to share. So there's going to be one person that everybody else is going to gravitate to, and that these groups are going to be created around. And that doesn't mean that you're going to be the translator, and it doesn't mean that you are the captain of the game, etc. But as that begins to happen, as they begin to become drawn to you, it then becomes up to you. The ball is in your court, so it becomes up to you to discern what's going on with these people. And um, I can see their gift, I can see what they can do. Why can't they see it? So then you talk to them and get them to open up and to share, because with just a little bit of a nudge, they should open up and begin to share with you. And then you begin to empower them. And as they become empowered, you get to see more of how the interaction is and whether or not they're going to be in your group. Okay, I know that all sounds a little bit confusing, but it's a vision that I just had a few days ago, and it felt important to get it out to everybody because you're already starting to come together, and I feel like it's important that you know that the people that are being drawn to you, that are being drawn together, that's happening for a reason. There is a purpose behind it, and it is to help each other, help yourselves, help each other, help the communities and the world. Now, we're not going to be able to affect and create peace for everybody in this world, because a lot of people are really stuck, and they're fine being stuck, and that's okay, But for those people who are awakened and who are on the path of discovering who they are and wanting to be the best that they can be, and to create a world where the divine energy flows freely and peacefully, and there's no butting heads, and people can live in harmony. Those are the ones that we are coming together in order to assist and to help with the fifth dimensional frequencies, which are meant to uplift our planet. Okay. So the final thing that I want to say on this is that please know that, and I take every care to make sure that I emphasize